Hello and welcome to Chrysalis Invictus Tarot. Today we have a reading about your beautiful new beginning. So how are you starting off anew in this fresh new season, moving through the winter? What sorts of projects are going on internally, potentially? And what magic are you weaving? So we have the White Light Oracle cards. These are very powerful cards. I'm going to channel some messages for you with those cards. Then I have two cards that represent what kind of magic you're working with or what kind of magic is coming in for you. And then I'll pull some tarot cards just to see, to clarify anything if anything needs to be clarified. So it's really important that you come into this reading in a really receptive place. So just grounding down now through the feet or through the sits bones, taking long, slow, deep breaths in through the nose, releasing out through the mouth, feeling that tension melt down from the crown of the head all the way down to the toes. Coming into a peaceful and receptive state. And using that sense of peace and stillness to select a pile for yourself. Perhaps you select by stone or by number. Using your guidance, remembering that these readings are only effective if they are for you. So if the message does not seem to resonate for you, not to worry about it. This is our second stone. It's got some bright peacock colors to it, and then our Picasso jasper. So selecting your pile 1, 2, or 3, and I will meet you at your reading. Okay, so if you chose pile number 1 or this chunk of Magickal jasper, this reading is for you. We'll start with the White Light Oracle card. And you have Lasya of Parvati. Pile number 1, I'm feeling a lot of pain held in the lower chakras. You are destined to dive beyond what others have done before you. And because of this, you have suffered perhaps more than others in certain areas of your life. There's a deep loneliness. Your new beginning is a filled cup. Is a sense of self that fulfills itself. A new level of awareness that rises out of your crown and out of your third eye. You are able to trust the visions of your third eye. You feel blessed. You feel gratitude. You feel the unfolding of flow. An alignment of oneness and connection, but also a strong sense of self. I'm now going to read from the book, as the book's messages are extremely powerful. So grounding down, breathing deep, ready to receive messages of Lasya of Parvati. There is a gentler way to proceed and obtain the same or even greater effect. Tame the wild and frenzy workings of the mind by grounding yourself with beauty, pleasure, and grace. Violence and its negative effects shall be overcome and healed through feminine gentleness and inner spiritual strength. This oracle is a sign of great future happiness. Yeah, and that's really what I'm feeling here with the healing of the sacral chakra. So focusing on the healing of the sacral chakra is going to make your third eye and your crown sing. Parvati is the universal mother in her gentle aspect. Although, as with all mothers, her fierce side will emerge if it's needed to protect her children. She is beautiful and benevolent and evokes the qualities of love, connection, creativity, devotion to a higher purpose. The divine goddess has many names, and Parvati is known as Yagatambe, the mother of the universe. Her son is Ganesha, the elephant-headed deity who fosters success in all new ventures, protection from obstacles, and is of particular benefit to those who feel drawn to right. Parvati is mother to all, and her presence in a reading augurs success on every level. Connect consciously with your breath as you become fully present in the here and now. As you breathe in, your awareness disconnects from distractions around you. As you exhale, your awareness settles deeper within. Your awareness is like a white feather drifting down through the air, rocking ever so slightly to one side and then the other. It finally settles upon the inner bedrock of your being. In this state of inner connection, you can say the following invocation. For the spiritual benefit of all beings, I call upon the Divine Mother Parvati for her blessings of spiritual grace, happiness, wisdom, and healing. May I recognize and embrace the gentlest path for effective healing and loving self-transformation. May the triple blessing of Tridevi grace my soul for the ultimate benefit to all souls. So be it. Now imagine, feel, visualize, or intend that you see a glorious goddess of white light, graceful, kind, and lovingly devoted to you, gazing upon you. From her loving gaze emerges a protective field of powerful white light, which enters your body, heart, mind, and soul, clearing and healing and blessing you from within. That light expands so softly. Softly touch, bless, heal, and illuminate all the spaces within and around you, on every level, through all dimensions. Let this happen to the extent that you can. Allow it to feel as euphoric or peaceful as you wish. Rest in this energy for a time. Following the flow of your breath in and your breath out. You may repeat this as you wish. Feeling this beautiful feminine healing energy all around you. Let's take a look at what magic you're working with. So we have success. Success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor, integrity. We have the number 12, which reduces to 3. It's a good number for new beginnings. As you've entered into a stage of integration, this feels like a long, slow process. This feels like many failures or perceived failures, a weariness. You do not have to carry that weariness anymore. You can do this in a way that feels light and bright. Allow yourself to feel that hope, to feel safe enough. Success for you is not brought about in a way that it has been brought before. It does not have to look like your cousins, mothers, brothers, aunts, uncles, friends, peers. And victory. I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. So we have number 35 here. This may be significant to you. An ornate goblet. This feels like drinking water after a long period when your mouth is dry and you feel almost shriveled up, or like a plant that's being revived. Victory, success, healing, entering into this beautiful energy of lightness. This feels like you have given up many of the things that you were relying on. Crutches, comfort. Perhaps you didn't have a choice. But your new beginning is so very beautiful. Let's get a card to see perhaps some advice about the body. The Page of Cups reversed. This is that fear of manipulation, that fear of intimacy. Trust that you are strong in yourself, that you've come a long way. You are not the person that you were before. It is safe to keep your heart open to the flow of universal energy, to gratitude, to love. Even when you're letting go or in conflict, sending them away with feeling of, I wish you well, but you are not for me, could be helpful. For your mind, number 1. The choices are not easy, and I feel that in the heart. Remember not to favor the heart over the head, or the head over the heart, the intuition over the intellect, or the intellect over the intuition, that both are your tools, that both guide you. You may be faced with a number of choices, some of them harder than others. Some of them will see you letting people down. But know that the choice that you're making, or perhaps the animosity that someone may feel temporarily, will be temporary, or they were not for you, or they do not understand, and it is not for you to make them understand. This woman has a blindfold so that she can go within and make this decision. Everything you need is inside of you. All of your decision making, all of your tools are inside of you. There is no need to look outside of yourself for any of the choices that you are about to make. And spiritually, let's see what we have for you. Any advice? Spiritual level. The Queen of Swords. Perhaps there is a project that requires a lot of diligent study or diligent work. Now is the time to put your head down and do this work. Knowing that you're reading, you're writing, all of these things, whatever it is. Perhaps you're creating a course for people, you're a teacher, a guide in some way, and doing this work is spirit, is this flow flowing through you, will bring you success and victory. While you've spent this time developing your spiritual skills to heal yourself, don't forget that you have a mind, and that mind has beautiful gifts as well. Those are all the messages that I have for you, pile number 1. It looks like a really beautiful, truly beautiful new beginning for you. Please leave me a comment. Let me know how this resonated. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon. Hello, pile number 2. This is your reading. So this is your beautiful new beginning. What's coming in for you? What messages do we have for you? So I will perhaps channel from this first card, and then I will read from the book to enhance the reading, as the messages in the book are really beautiful, and sometimes there are exercises that can be really helpful. And then we have 2 magical cards for you. Sacred Scar. Ooh. Tired, 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 and weary. It feels like the heart is entirely made up of scar tissue at this point. You have had so many heartbreaks. Pile number 2, you are a phoenix, forged in fire. You have seen your life burn down more times than you can count. And still you're here. If you ever doubt, do I love myself? Look around you. How many times have you rebuilt yourself? That is love. That is devotion. There's no bandage for these scars. Whatever the reason, the why is no longer important, but you know that now. You cannot ask why me. It does not lead anywhere. There are no bandages for these scars. Only the true and deep work of your spiritual path. Owning who you are without shame or guilt has been trying. It has been heavy. It has been a burden. When do I rise for good is a question I'm hearing. What is your beautiful new beginning? All of those scars have given you power. When you work with your heart and your solar plexus as one, your power center, you radiate out this powerful, almost aggressive healing energy. It's almost hard to hold the card, bursting with this sunlight. Your life may have been shrouded in darkness. You may know the deepest, darkest parts of the psyche, but you have so much power from that. You are a sun in yourself. And it's in the energy, the furnace of the sun, that all possibilities are created. So within you, infinite creative possibilities. Create, create, create in your new beginning. Do not stop creating. Allow and adjust your life to this creation. Form and forge what you need to. Don't worry about the details. This will support you. Just keep creating. Buried in the toolbox, there's one little tool you've forgotten. Maybe two, maybe three. But there's tools you've forgotten. There's things that you used to do. Think back, back. Childhood, being a teenager, there was something that you used to do. There was something that set your soul on fire that you stopped. It could be that you used to sing and you no longer sing. Let it out. These gifts are not for you. They're for everyone else. Holding that inside has been hurting you. Let them out. Let them free. I'll take a look now at the book and see what it has to say for Sacred Scar. This book is incredibly powerful. I've never had a reading that wasn't profound. Your inner and outer scars are marks of your soul's courage. They are signs of strength and survival, of your willingness to be alive. The sacred scar speaks of that which once caused pain being transformed into higher knowledge and inner power. Trauma shall be transformed through spiritual initiation, leading you from woundedness to wisdom. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You can trust your healing process and in the hidden higher purpose behind things happening as they do. You are strong and you shall flourish on all levels. Place your hand at your heart. Take a deep breath. A calming breath in and out. Repeat 3 times in and out. In and out. And repeat after me. I am a divine soul on a sacred journey. The wounds that are healing are where the light is most active within me. When pain gets my attention, it is the divine wisdom within asking me to notice and learn something helpful and compassionate. My scars are signs of wisdom gained. The light can and will assist me in transforming even the most difficult struggles into holy paths of grace. Healing shall manifest completely, generously and lovingly, according to divine timing, for the spiritual benefit of all beings. I am grateful, strong, and blessed. I am grateful, strong, and blessed. I am grateful, strong, and blessed. Let's take a look at what magic is coming in for you. Oh, there's so much energy in this reading. What magic is coming in for you in this new beginning? Safe travel. Keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. The number 22, that could be significant to you. That reduces to the number 4, a number of foundations. So there's this foundational energy to any wandering that you're about to do. Know that you have created foundations for yourself in anything you do. This is not just safe travel physically, this is safe travel into the other world if you practice journey work. This is safe travel to different ideas through creative pursuits. Keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. So you can wander from yourself safely and know that you have built a foundation through all of this scar tissue, from all of this work that you have done within your heart and within yourself. You have a safe place to return. This beautiful new beginning allows you to explore fully who you are, what you've become, all of your creative possibilities that come from that inner sun. Letting go. Number 6. So for some of you, there are romantic entanglements that are using up some of that creative energy. Literally, the stories that you tell yourselves about these people take up space. So you can write them down or put them into a piece of art, and that will help to ground it and get it out of your mind and body so that you can focus on moving on, focus on ideas, focus on creativity, focus on your medium, developing more skills in your artistic pursuits. If you're an artist or whatever it is that you're creating, use your energy for that. Allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. So the wisdom, the stories, those are felt, but you're no longer giving space emotionally. You've let these go. So this new beginning does not bring forward any of those old energies. Feeling a bit dizzy. Ground yourself, ground your feet. You've got this. Foundation is within yourself. Remember, the heart and solar plexus are your power center. Ground down through your root. You've got this. So I'm going to pull a card, advice for the body in this new beginning. The Knight of Swords. Again, this is a devotion to what you know. So it could be there's a need to focus on your health, focus on your diet, focus on your body, and developing more knowledge about these things. Use your creative outlets as a means of researching these things. So perhaps as you are sharing with others, you are also receiving this information. You are immersed in this information. Keep your head down. Keep your head down. Don't look around you. So this is like, for instance, if you're working on your body, this is not looking at other bodies. This is not looking at other people's journeys with their body. This is keeping to yourself, staying in your own lane, looking at your own. Or like in a yoga class, when you start to practice only on your own mat and you don't look out at what other people are doing, that you bring the gaze completely inward. The Knight of Swords also is in action. And so enacting the things that you have learned, not just learning them, but applying them. It is a time of action in this new beginning. This is integrating. And what do we have for the mind? What's the advice we have for the mind? 5 of Swords. Avoid the allure of small conflicts in favor of a bigger picture. These conflicts take up so much space. It's sort of like this card where it was talking about how much space other people take up creatively. This is the same with your mind, that there are traps that you fall into where you focus on others, you focus on little things, overthinking things that don't need to be overthought. This is just taking up space. This is just holding back. This is actually fear-based. So become aware of when you are falling into that. Perhaps if something comes up of this nature, taking a moment to really place it in the bigger picture. Is this something that is worth my time and energy? And spiritually, we have the Two of Cups. Oh, this is beautiful. A poetic harmony. So I'm really feeling this Leo energy in this pile. I'm feeling a fire energy in general. So you may have a lot of Leo in your chart or a lot of fire in your chart, because this is a very fiery wounding and a very fiery energy throughout this entire reading. So the fire is now combined, the advice with the intellect. So the deep spiritual grounding here, however, is an emotional union, an emotional harmony. Coming down from this lion is the sword. And we have the serpents around the sword, a sign of shamanic energy, of magic. And this is balancing the two sides of yourself, the two aspects of yourself. For some of you, this could be that in coming into this energy, you call in a divine partnership, that you find someone that you can work with, but only after you stop looking for someone to work with, is the catch-22. Although if you've been through what you've been through here, you will know that that's true. You will know the truth of that. It could be that someone comes into your life that, in this new beginning, that really helps you to enhance this foundation so that you may safely travel through your creativity. Their journey may mirror your own, and so you have that as well. So I'm going to leave it there for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for joining me. Please give this video a like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know how it resonates. This is truly a beautiful new beginning. Take care. Okay, pile number 3. So we're going to take a look at your beautiful new beginning and see what that means. Perhaps receiving some messages about what you're leaving behind, what you're bringing with you. And then, so I'm going to channel from the White Light Oracle card, and then perhaps take a look at the book for any additional messages. And then I will look at the 2 Magick cards to see what magic you're working with in this new beginning of yours. So let's start with your White Light Oracle card. The word that's coming in really strongly for me is blasphemy. So some sort of violation of the sacred. Let's take a look. Oracle of Chaldea. So I'm getting here that there's been a tremendous amount of disrespect of your gifts and your abilities. Perhaps you're surrounded by people who don't believe in the things that you believe in. It could be that you have suffered in the past from an overactive crown chakra or an overactive third eye, not being able to discern the difference between what is a vision and what is reality. But in this new beginning, you are coming into a better understanding of these visions and of these gifts. So there's mediumship here, there's intuitive guidance. It may be that you read tarot, or that you communicate with spirits, that you have some sort of gift of channeling. And here we see an egg, a new beginning for the throat, an ability to communicate these gifts and these messages in an integrated and whole way. So where it may have been disconnected from, okay, so there's some of you who there has been compartmentalization. So you over-intellectualized or you over-rooted yourself and separated out the divination aspect of yourself in favor of perhaps an intellectual aspect of yourself. But you have overcompensated, is what I'm hearing. Blind forces guide you. So fate, blind forces guide you. You find clarity in the sacred, so your intuition is extremely strong. And in your new beginning, you're going to start to integrate this intuition in a higher, more powerful way. I'm going to take a look at the book and see what it has to say. I feel that you're deeply soft, deeply sensitive, and please know that sensitive to me is not a bad word. It's a beautiful thing. And so people may not know that they've hurt you in the past, but that sensitivity has made you go inward. It's hardened a part of yourself, and this new beginning is bringing you back to that softness. Continue on your healing journey with enthusiasm, but without forcing things to happen more quickly than feels natural. Sometimes the body will be ready to let go whilst the mind is still holding on. At other times, the mind may need to be patient as the body processes an experience. Trust in your own timing and rhythm. There's no need to be impatient or to judge yourself. You are summoning the spiritual fortitude to tackle an issue which has previously held you back. When the time is right, the healing shall happen more easily than if you tried to push forward prematurely. Things are going to work out. Be positive. So that's interesting. That's definitely an additional message to what I was channeling. I also feel called to share more from the book, so we'll work through that. Taking what resonates, what sounds like it's for you. I feel that there are many people that have chosen this pile, so not all of the messages may be for you. There are times when being present in the body and feeling our truth is challenging. We may be unsure how to hold space for our own emotional and psychological states. Humans are complex creatures. An authentic healing journey requires us to have patience with ourselves. We need to know when it is safe to delve into a matter with full faith, that even if things feel out of control, we are connected to a powerful, supportive spiritual network and our own wisdom. And that's enough to handle whatever arises, even if we tremble somewhat during the process. We can imagine that the wounded self lives in a room in the mansion of our soul. When that room has not been entered in a long time, it may have become a scary place in our minds, a place to avoid. That is part of how humans protect themselves. Living such a split and defended state is not tenable forever. But for a time, it can serve a useful purpose, allowing us to build the strength and awareness we need to address the situation. We do what we can to grow and to prepare to enter the room, to open it and rescue that beautiful aspect of our soul that's been waiting for such a time to come. To prepare for such a heroic healing moment, we can connect with the spiritual realms of light as a source of love and strength. During such downtime with the divine, we can learn about ourselves beyond our wounded parts. While we know we have some healing to do, we also understand that alongside our vulnerability there is courage, wisdom, and confidence. By acknowledging our wounds and also affirming our strengths, we ready ourselves to take our next steps. The Chaldean is a devotee of the light of spirit. When the oracle of Chaldea comes to you, It is an encouragement to rely on the light. Embrace practices that help you feel connected to the light. Grow your trust in the spirit within you. This is not about ignoring where you need healing. It is about knowing at a deep level that you are loved, spiritually guided, divinely held, worthy and capable of healing. As your trust in the spiritual light within you and your connection to the spiritual world increase, so too will your readiness to acknowledge and engage with that which needs healing. You'll feel safe and supported and ready to move on. You may feel your relationship with spirit is already strong enough to support such a process. In this case, the oracle is an encouragement to embrace your readiness and allow the grace of your spiritual journey to expand to all areas of your life. This oracle augurs a spiritual growth spurt, a forward leap on your path of healing and awakening. It is a reminder that no matter how large a challenge may loom, you can continue to grow your spiritual connection. So it is always more powerful than anything else. So there's now an invitation to close your eyes, taking some long, slow, deep breaths, finding a comfortable position. You may want to pause here and light a candle. You may want to hold a crystal or anything else that reminds you of the light. Placing this light somewhere that you can look at it. Consciously connect with your breath, watching the in-breath and the out-breath. Allow it to lengthen and deepen. Become fully present in this moment. Imagine, feel, visualize, or intend that you are drifting into a beautiful realm of light. Perhaps you close your eyes or gaze at your candle or crystal. Begin to sense this light on an inner level. Allow your awareness to dwell in the soft and inviting inner realm of light. Let it be pleasurable and soothing. Let the light take on various colors, if that suits you. What colors feel best? You can imagine, feel, visualize, or intend that your soul can absorb these colors with delight and pleasure, as though an inner hunger or thirst is being fulfilled, resulting in further peace and relaxation. Be in this process of light-bathing color therapy, continuing to breathe in and out. You may receive information from these colors. Perhaps you receive some insight about what colors to have around you in this beautiful new beginning that you're creating for yourself. And when you're ready, softly open your eyes and we'll take a look at what magic is coming through for you in this new phase of your life. Knowledge, number 28. I'm getting for some of you that this is about entering into your Saturn return. If you don't know what a Saturn return is, I recommend Googling it. It's a little bit too complex for me to explain in this moment. So let me connect above and below, let the knowledge of ancestors flow. So again, with the messages that are coming in here, this psychic ability, it could be that they're rising up from the root, from the ancestral realm. So you may start to connect with, again, spirits or the guidance of your ancestors. But this is, again, speaking of that integration of your intuition and your intellect, of feeling more grounded in your ability to see and know things trusting that you see and know things. And this is pouring, I could be making this up, but what I'm getting is that it's pouring fuel into the lamp so that the fire may burn. So feeding this spiritual vision with knowledge. So the more you look into a Saturn return, for instance, or you look into the significance of a bird you've seen, or you look into something, the more that you feed that knowledge, the lighter and brighter your gifts will become. Grounded here in that foundational knowledge. So a lot of times people can channel or have psychic vision or be mediums, but it's not grounded. And so the crown and the third eye have to filter through the lower chakras in order for you to give. So if you're reading for others or even for yourself, for it to fully, for it to come into a space of wisdom, it has to pass through. And the gateway here is your throat chakra. And that's where your new beginning is. So you're able now to send this information down through the lower chakras, grounding it in knowledge, grounding it in your root, and then sending it back up, allowing it to come out through your mouth, the visions, or perhaps through your pen or through your art. However these messages come out. Not all of us are teachers or guides, and not everyone needs to be. Dream sweet, sleep deep. Sleep that's deep and lasts till morn. Wondrous dreams for days reborn. Okay, beautiful. So this is again this exploration of the subconscious mind. Very much conscious and subconscious. Intellect and intuition. And we have here 2 + 8 is 10, reducing to 1. We have 45, 4 + 5 is 9. So that may be significant to some of you. So for some of you, it's through dreams that you receive prophetic, or that you have visions. Working with that realm, working with lucid dreaming perhaps, is something to explore. Sleep that's deep, that lasts till morn. Wondrous dreams for days reborn. And it could be that you're doing a lot of this work of the new beginning in your throat chakra through your dreams. So your dreams, you may be like, whoa, that was weird. What was that all about? And it could be that that's where the new beginning is being birthed, is in the dream realm. So let's get some advice. We're going to do body, mind, and spirit. So some advice for the body in this new beginning. Queen of Pentacles. Yes, absolutely. Grounding yourself, staying healthy, continuing to feed yourself beautiful foods, work through your body. All of the things that you do to ground yourself in a healthy way. So another thing that you may want to look up is root chakra imbalance, and just getting some information about that. I also have that for some of you, wine is significant. So maybe you have a beautiful glass of wine, and that helps to revitalize you or connect you in a certain way. This is not about excessive drinking, though. This is like you have a glass of red wine and it's helpful. There's also this feeling and sense of getting something about an Aries, holding things together. It's not a fully formed, connecting, covering. So it could be Aries season or an Aries person, but there's some sort of blanketing and sheltering and passion and fire associated with an Aries here that is supporting you in being connected with your body. Queen of Pentacles is someone who is really assured that she knows what she needs. And so listen to your intuition. If you get sick, listen to what you know you need, rather than looking outside of yourself for that information. Your mind is the Ace of Swords. Wow. Straight up clarity. This new beginning is going to bring, once you have this base, the root down pat, there is a rising up of clarity and there's a fire beneath it. So it rises up quickly, and you're going to be receiving a lot of information through the crown that you can then filter down and through and make it into something. So there's a lot of ideas coming in for you, a new beginning when it comes to a new way of looking at your life or certain aspects of your life. It could be a new way of looking at how you support yourself. You are so supported in this new beginning. So supported in this new beginning. And spiritually, what is your advice from the Ethereal Visions Tarot? Ace of Wands reversed. Okay, so this is interesting. It could be that you've been very impulsive or driven by lust in the past. This is warning against any frivolous connections, any instant gratification. And while you're balancing your intellect and your intuition and you want to favor both, there's an impulsivity this is almost your comfort zone, I feel. You're comfortable barreling through. This is sort of asking you to separate out and organize out what you're doing in this new beginning, taking a new approach. For some of you, the new beginning is going to call you into healing more of your masculine. So whether you're a man or a woman, working on masculine aspects of yourself, perhaps your temper, so that as this new confidence rises up and you're able to release from the crown, perhaps you become angry. That can happen. That can happen. I'm just going to get one more card about that. Let's see. Okay. So try not to be impatient when your dreams or wishes don't come into fruition right away. This is a long game process, and you are at the beginning of a certain part of that process. So you have this Queen of Pentacles energy here with the body, but the mind is now starting on a new path. So it's not going to be dreams come true right away, but you are on that path. So being patient with yourself, being patient with this process. Remember that sometimes it's not a linear process, it's a spiral. So sometimes it feels like we've slid backwards, but actually we're moving forwards in a roundabout sort of way. So that's your beautiful new beginning. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know how this resonated. Thank you so much.